Hey, welcome back, everybody. Of course, you know me. My name is Dr. Keith McNally. This is Coach's Corner. I'm here with Jill Lublin, and she's an expert in marketing, and we're going to find out all about that. Jill, welcome to the conversation. Welcome to my show. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Keith. I'm doing terrific, even in the wild of the wonderful world we live in.
And I do appreciate that. So, you are an expert in publicity, helping people get their name, their brand, their expertise out there so that people recognize their value. And I know I'm one of those people who can definitely need a helping hand in helping get my brand out there. But we're not here to talk about me, although I would love to do that. Let's talk about how you are an expert in this. And so, just for a teaser, how did you get actually started in being this expert and helping people brand themselves?
Yeah, and Keith, I do want to say, and I just acknowledge, first of all, that you and everyone listening does need PR. This is for the average person and the extraordinary deliverer of services, because it is what distinguishes you from the rest of the pack and makes people excited about you. So
Mm,
how did I get started? Well, in a certain way, kind of like most of us fell into a career. I kind of, well, fell into it, meaning I actually went to law school, hated that, because it's very linear for this very creative kind of mind. And I ended up working in the music business in promotion and publicity. And I'll tell you, if you want to learn publicity and promotion, the music business is a great place to get trained. So that's how I started, and it evolved into getting my books written. As soon as guerrilla publicity got written, I started helping entrepreneurs and small business owners have affordable publicity and really get this done. So that's been my wonderful audience, including, of course, coaches and consultants, and really making PR accessible to people. That's really where my heart is, and I love it.
So you mentioned two very important words, especially for the entrepreneur, affordable, yes,
Yes.
and you made it available. So how can coaches, entrepreneurs, and those people who need this, how do you make it affordable? And why is it important that you do this?
Yeah, because I want you to know that this is doable as an entrepreneur, as a coach, as a small business owner. And so, how do you do this? Well, this is what I'll tell you guerrilla publicity is all about. And one of the things is really, number one, expanding your mindset that this is for you and that it's possible. Seriously, that's important. And that it really comes down to having a good message and simple ways of even getting featured in your local market. I've had many a coach and consultant and service providers get featured in local markets that then get expanded to major markets, because what's fascinating that most people don't know is mainstream press, I'll call it, major media, the shows like Good Morning America and shows internationally, are actually scanning local markets to look for great people, resources, and sources just like you.
So when you talk local, like for me, that would be like Hampton Roads, Virginia. You're literally talking my neighborhood. Yes?
I'm talking the daily newspaper and the business journal and your ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News, etc. affiliates,
Right. Okay.
meaning TV and radio. Yes.
Okay. Um, so with that being the case, why is publicity? Now, the obvious answer is it's 'cause it's going to get your name out there. But why is it so important to start local and then scale out? So can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, when I say start local, I'm saying you start whatever way you can, because
Okay.
publicity is happening whether you want it or not. People are making decisions, getting like who you are, right? Your energy, your focus, your way you can help them, and your value and benefit. So the reality is, you're all doing it anyway. Let's get conscious about it. Let's do it in a way that's simple. And now you can use publicity to drive your clients. Why is that important? You're driving your prospects, your money, your revenues. You're increasing your authority, viability, and the what I like to call, I've heard of you somewhere syndrome. You got trust in the marketplace happening, and that's a real key. So all of that escalates and elevates how people see you, your authority, and why they should care.
Well, I know one of the things that small business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches really struggle with is finding that message that really tells people their value. So, is there a way, is there like a like a secret way or a magic wand that helps people really hone in on, because self-critiquing is challenging.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
Or-
takes somebody else to say, hey, I've been seeing, I saw you somewhere and this is what it sounds like you're doing. Let me help you, guide you in crafting that message. So, how do you do that?
Well, here's your magic wand.
I knew it was there somewhere.
Here it is. Here it is. Because the star you are, right? And elevating the star. Yes, I've got a magic formula. Here it is. Whoop, ready, ready, ready. Okay. It is that you are giving a powerful message. And the message formula is your secret weapon. And I will tell you it. Hopefully, I don't have to kill you if I tell you. No, I'm teasing. Uh, but I will tell you that here's the formula. The problem today is, and then fill in that blank. You're going to be in my publicity challenge. We're actually going to get it done right there, just saying. And the power of creating a simple answer to what could be a very complicated question forces you to get simple. And
Hmm.
I'll tell you, Keith, this is missing for a lot of great people is the ability to get simple. And it happens to be one of my true talents is pulling in and putting in, pulling out and putting in the simplicity of a message. And that's something I want all of you to really know is that is powerful. And then give people 3 solutions, make it easy for them to do, and tell them what to do. This is where you lay down, I like to call them the golden nuggets, your wisdom, but don't give them the whole kit. Don't give them the whole answer. Give them appetizers,
Hmm.
not full meals. You'll hear me say this again, but that's important.
So, making things simple sounds simple enough, but it's not simple to do. So, are there like some key strategies, I mean, maybe one or two to say, because a lot of us, and you're looking at one, are overthinkers. You
I
know,
know.
we
I
overthink,
agree.
what the message is, who am I, what am I trying to do? When all I really do is sit down and have conversations with people because I want to get into who they are and pull out from them all the value that they're bringing to the world. And so I tend to see myself, and this is just an example, as a facilitator of conversation. I've heard other people call themselves facilitators of thought and facilitators of this and that. I'm a facilitator of conversation because I want to do the deeper dive. I want to get to know somebody and really understand their value, but I'm also an overthinker. So, can you stop me from being an overthinker,
Yes,
please?
Keith, I can stop you. And more importantly, I can say this. I mean, I just got off a PR consulting call with a woman just like you. Believe me, I actually attract a lot of them. I get it. Most people who are smart, just saying, are also a bit of overthinkers. And what I've discovered in publicity, working with wonderful people just like you and your listeners and viewers, is hey, guess what? The simpler you are, the more people you're going to attract and help monetize your message and multiply your message and magnify your message. All very powerful publicity pieces that are going to bring the gift of more people to you. So part of that is getting in 5-year-old language. That's a success strategy. I mean, let me just tell you, if you know any 5-year-olds, pass your message by them and say, did you get that? I'm not, this is a, they're so smart though these days. They'll probably go, well, yeah, tell me more. And you want to have it so that you can simply say and communicate your message without having to think about it. I
Hmm.
want you to know it here, know it here, know it in your body, and that you don't have to keep recreating the message. Because I'll tell you, from a media perspective, I don't want you to have to think about it. I don't want you to have to recreate it. I don't care how you feel that day. I want you to be able to say it, know it, deliver it with confidence, excitement, and energy. And that will create a great media interview and a wonderful client and generated conversation that you would love to have. It makes it simpler and easier.
So you told me earlier in this conversation that you worked in entertainment, the music industry, as helping you understand how to market and get people to understand the value of publicity. So
Yeah.
it seems easier in that scope, but for a small business owner, for an entrepreneur, for a coach, it may not be as understandable. Big rock star or even a small stage rock star, still, they have a message, they've got a sound, they've got, an audience. Can you give our audience one tip, please, on
And I'm
how
going
to
to tell
get,
you,
what's that?
yeah, I'm going to tell you because you're all rock stars too. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, I have to tell you, the same process is whether it's national, local, you serve one person or three person. The tip is get that problem solution going, just like we talked about. And then, my friends, the other wonderful publicity tip I want to give you is go to Google Alerts and register your name. Yes, your name, because when the media talks about you, you got to know. And I want you to also put in Google Alerts like one phrase. What do you coach about specifically? Maybe it's business. In my case, it's publicity, right? And put the word in Google Alerts so that when the media is talking about publicity or business or mindset or fill in the blank for you, that you will be alerted and know what the media is talking about. That way you can deliver what's a great thing for you to be part of. So I think that's a really good thing for all of you and will make a huge difference.
And there's an old adage, and I'm 54 at this point, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I'm not old dog, but you just taught me something because I didn't know anything about Google Alerts. And so thank you. Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome. My pleasure.
Where can we find you in the world? So how do people get in touch with you? And website, LinkedIn, social media, where are you?
Website jilllublin.com will be perfect. And come check out the challenge, which is jilllublin.com/start.
Jill, thank you so much for this conversation. And for my audience, thank you for joining me again on Coach's Corner. I'll see you next time. Take care.